Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are all here. For today's video, we are going to be looking at basically what is your superpower. It kind of is tying into what psychic abilities you may have or anything that just kind of is your strength, really. That's what I think a superpower is. Anything that is your strength. So that's what we're going to be tapping into today. I'm just going to go straight ahead and jump into this reading and let you choose from the options that I have for you today. Okay, so here are the options that I have for you today. I will give you a close-up of each of the crystals so that you can make the best choice for you. So starting off with option number 1, we have rose quartz. Next up with option number 2, we have Geode. Next we have with option number 3, the Amethyst. And last but not least, with option number 4, we have the green Aventurine. So I want you now to take a deep breath in and out and ask yourself which of these options has a message for you today. And I will see you all at your reading. Before we begin, please do remember this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Because you are not the ugly stepsister, please do not force that shoe onto your foot. Hi there, option number 1, those of you who chose this rose quartz here, welcome to your reading. So I've already pulled some tarot cards for you just to add to the reading, but I've really been into just pulling all of the oracle cards at once and just figuring things out from there. So that's what I'm going to do for your reading as well, or for this reading I should say as well. So let's start with this card here. So we have Spider Spirit, make your dreams a reality, I think it said. Make your dreams real, even. Make your dreams real. Spider Spirit. We have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. We have a Void of Course Moon, nothing will come of this situation. We have 32, make a meal. Last but not least, we have the Village, which I had in an earlier reading this week, so you may have been the same pile that got the Village for an earlier reading this week. And last but not least, we have the Ace of Cups, actually. Ooh, we have the Magician. We had this is the Vice Versa Tarot, so there's 2 sides, but we had the 8 of Swords and also the Death card. Death card. I feel like I said that weirdly. So give me a moment to get into your energy and then we will start your reading. I feel as if your superpower is definitely about coming back from almost rock bottom. It doesn't have to actually be like rock bottom, but attempting to do something, or basically it's almost that energy of you're not afraid to try and you're not afraid to fail. Because failure for you is just is almost a good thing, because it just tells you like, okay, I know now that that doesn't work and I'm going to try it like this now this time. I'm going to do this instead. You almost have this very experimental energy, and it's taking me to human design, which I think it's the 3rd line, which is very much so a trial and error line. So even if you don't necessarily feel like this is a strength of yours or this is something positive that happens to you, it actually is, because you don't take failure, or you don't take something not working out as it being like, okay, well, it's not for me then. I mean, sometimes it might just be like, okay, this isn't for me, and that's great. I've just realized that, and now I can move on to something else. But sometimes it's also just right, so I need to just take this direction instead of this direction. And by acknowledging that, you actually progress quicker than someone who might continuously do the same thing over and over again. The definition of insanity, right? So here we have the void of course moon. Nothing will come of the situation. So the ability to acknowledge when you've met your end point. Even with this village message here, which when it first came out, I was thinking, I don't know how this fits in. But actually, in this deck, the village kind of talks about expanding beyond what you've always known. And expanding beyond your community, your village, basically. The people who actually, at times, can restrict you. So your strength or your superpower is your ability to try new things, to progress, because you're not willing to be limited, basically. You're willing to look at your flaws, look at the failures, and do things differently next time. Even with this magician card, I'm sure through acquiring each of the suits in all the decks, so through acquiring the cups, the pentacles, the what else, through the wands, and through, oh my gosh, why can't I remember what there is? Oh, okay, so through acquiring the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles, I'm sure there was a challenge in each part of that. Each deck has a number 5, and number 5 is kind of that element of challenge. You could also be a life path 5. The ability to overcome any obstacle, basically, is almost your superpower. Even here with make a meal, I see that experimentative energy here, where like chefs, and especially when you're up and coming and you're a new chef, sometimes you're going to try recipes that don't really work. Sometimes you're going to just burn the food, basically, you know. But being in the kitchen is a creative space. Making food is a creative space. This might even be an interest of yours. So that ace energy here, a beginning. Even here you have the magician, which is a number 1. So you're not afraid to start again. You're not afraid to start from the beginning. But with this Ace of Cups, we have this overflow of energy, of water, of emotion. Now it's like rejuvenated. It's not limiting, it's full of potential, aces are. It's a gift. Same with here where we have the Death card, a card of transformation. And also in this deck, I think this side is about making the change before you hit rock bottom. Before you're actually approached by death fully. So it's almost like you can quickly see when things are not working for you and make the change from there. You don't have to reach rock bottom necessarily. You don't have to reach death for a transformation to begin. And in that way, you almost are able to set yourself free very easily. So I want to tap into some of these spirit animal deck messages for you guys. So let's see what we got. It says, once spawn spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you, now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is a deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to deep dive into your why. Asking the deeper questions of yourself, you are led by the grace of Swan Spirit. So yeah, where you're able to just, again, where you're not going to take this as like a no necessarily. You're not going to, say you've gone to, I'm picturing like Dragon's Den, where they basically go and try and get investments through their ideas. Like they've created this whole business idea, and maybe it's successful, maybe it isn't so successful just yet, but you really believe in the idea, or they really believe in the idea, and they've gone to try and get an investment from someone who can give it, from an investor, let's just say an investment from an investor. And sometimes that like they'll get no investments, but that doesn't mean that their idea is rubbish, or that doesn't mean that something like it's a complete no. It just means that it's not right now, and maybe there's something that they need to add, maybe there's something that they need to change in order to make their idea successful. And I think this is what you guys do so well, that it makes it your superpower, is that you make your dreams real through the continuous faith and acknowledging that where there might be some pitfalls somewhere along the line. So I want to pull some more cards. So what is their superpower, please? What is their superpower? Let's just I keep finding as well, when I'm pulling cards for your pile, it's like I have to shuffle a lot. It's almost like you're trying to pick, your energy tries to pick the perfect thing, and sometimes you're sad. It's almost hard to, I'm finding it very hard to describe this energy, but it's like you're satisfied with nothing because you know in the long run the perfect thing will come in for you. You're okay with waiting in the meantime. Yeah, exactly what I said. You have the energy of patience because you know success is yours to have. You know success is in the cards. You have the ability to make your dream a reality with the Six of Wands here. You know that you'll get recognition for whatever it is. That business idea might have really related for some of you guys even. Because you don't rush into things. Yes, you have an abundance of ideas, and there's a creativity about you as well that is part of your superpower and your strength. And to be honest, the ability to shift things and change things to make it work, it's almost like a puzzle, like trying to find the right pieces. That is a creative way of thinking, because you have to sometimes think outside of the box. You can't always just follow the instructions or the path most traveled, the road most traveled even. And then we have the King of Wands. Just want to see why that came out in reverse. That's what's superpower. Okay, so there is an acceptance that sometimes you need to learn more. You have this acceptance basically that sometimes you need to learn more. Sometimes that you're not at the point where the wisdom is 100% there for you to carry out a plan or whatever it may be 100% successfully. So you're willing to, again, have the patience, spend the time to withdraw. You might sometimes need to withdraw from people so that you can see things from a heightened perspective, so that you can gain new knowledge. Even having the ability to ask for help and go out seeking more knowledge so that it would help you be more successful is a skill, is a positive, is a strength, basically. So guys, that is everything I have for your reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, so guys, that is your superpower, the ability to see things from a different perspective, the ability to basically never doubt yourself and accept sometimes, and being willing to accept no's so that you can make changes and make them into yeses. Or I should say, be willing to accept no's as not right nows and not complete nothings. And you're also, another superpower of yours is the ability to avoid absolute rock bottom, because you have a level of surrender and acceptance. And last but not least, your superpower is the ability to be creative, to think things anew, to reimagine things so that they fit in a way that will be long-lasting and successful. So guys, that is everything that I have for you today for this reading, and that it was also the last video of our Hello Tarot week. I hope you enjoyed this week. I enjoyed doing these readings for you. New videos coming soon, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye. Hi there, option number 2. Those of you who chose this Geode crystal here, welcome to your reading. So I've been enjoying just pulling all the cards at once, which is unusual for me, but so I'm going to do that for this reading as well today. I've already pulled some tarot cards for you, but let's look at your oracle cards. So first of all, you have Quartz Spirit. Spirit has a plan. You have Snake Spirit, Time to Heal. You have South Node, Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. Sorry, let's get that in focus. There we go. You also have Connect with Your Ancestors. And last but not least, you have the Vow. And for your for your tarot card even, you have the 8 of Cups reversed, the Strength card reversed. I'm gonna put that upright. The High Priestess reversed. Also gonna put that upright. And you have the Justice card. This is in the Vice Versa Tarot, so there's 2 sides, but you have this side of the Justice card. Okay, give me a few moments to get into this energy, and we will go ahead and get into the message that I have for you today. So 100% a very intuitive pile here. I get major third eye energy from you, but you do also have the High Priestess and a connection with your ancestors here. I think your superpower is almost a power of healing generational wounds, or generational curses I wanted to say, but generational wounds. You're able to transcend your lineage, basically, your line. because you, unlike maybe past ancestors, have a connection to spirit. I don't mean that in like a, obviously everyone is connected to spirit, but you have a connection as in like you can actually communicate with spirit, maybe, I think, for a lot of you guys. Or even if you don't feel like that is the case, I almost feel like you came, or you incarnated in this family to help heal it, to help move it along. There may have been too many years where the same kind of pattern was repeating and no one was really changing that. No one had really recognized that. So here with Time to Heal, it's like you've actually taken, I even want to say taking the initiative, but it's like taking the reins on this and it's being like, yes, okay, I'm going to be the one who stops this pattern from happening. I'm going to be the one who transcends this generation. Basically, my generation is going to be different. So yeah, it's like you have the spiritual strength to change this. You have the inner power, inner will to heal, which takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, and can be lonely. Here with Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. It's like all those people in your line in the past who have kind of, our generational wounds can hold us back. Not being able to make enough money to sustain the family, absent fathers, absent mothers, drugs, alcohol, abuse, anything. It doesn't just have to come from directly our family. It could have come from 3-4 generations before, but we all carry the wound. It continues until someone chooses to heal it. And whilst other people might have done bits here and there, it's almost like you are the one who will really change. I can see like a whole change on an almost DNA level. Like you see this DNA kind of pattern happening in this imagery here. It's like you're awake. Whilst your past, your ancestors, your other generations in your family may have been asleep to this, you are awake. And you're changing, you're choosing this to shift the energy. The whole tree of life. I'm thinking of tree rot, what's it called? A root rot or something like that. It's like it spreads, doesn't it? And it ends up killing the whole tree eventually. Bitch, I actually don't know. I'm talking out my ass right now. So yeah, justice. I see you rebalancing the scales. Rebalancing the scales. You're going to set, your superpower is literally saying, it's a really big one, but it's setting everything right. I think from now on, your family has a fresh start. The next people who are brought into your family have a fresh start because of the work that you will be doing. And it's up to them whether they continue that or not, but you almost feel like an earth angel. Like a soul who's taken on the challenge of healing a whole lineage, a whole generation here. At times you might have even felt disconnected from your family. And that might be because you're not necessarily like a human soul, just, you know, having the experience and blah, and yeah, okay, like maybe reincarnating in a similar family lineage. But I feel like you're actually from, maybe you relate to being a starseed, maybe you relate to just being like a ascended being or something like that. But I do see that for you. You have a trust and faith in spirit, whatever your actual belief is of what that is, but It's like you trust that you're meant to do this. I think most of you will know if you're meant to do this. You will instantly feel it. You would have known this instantly. You would know if this pal is for you or not, basically, I'm trying to say. Because the way this koala I'm looking at this koala, I just feel like it's like, yeah, I know what I came here to do. I know what I have to do. And it's hard work, but I'm here to do it. I chose this life. Like, you have that perspective of like, I chose to come here. I chose to experience this. I chose to make this change. And again, even that perspective is an awakening in itself. A lot of us are like, why the hell did I come to Earth? Like, what is this planet? And I want to get off it because I would never choose to be here. But there are a certain number of us who know that actually we did choose to be here. We might not like it that much, but our souls, for some reason or another, chose to be here, chose to incarnate in this time, on this planet, in this family. So for whatever reason that is, I've got to find that out. I've got to work that out, and I've got to make the changes that are needed in order to better myself and better this family that I've chosen to be a part of right now. So I want to look into, yeah, even before I look into it, but just the idea of a vow. You made a commitment during the time when you were choosing where you wanted to be. When your soul decided to come here, you made a commitment to do this. You made a vow. And there's something about the word vow that feels like it can't be unbroken. It's something that you instantly feel like you have to honor. And maybe sometimes you don't even know when you're honoring it, or know if you're doing it right, but you're going to do it anyway. And sometimes you don't even want to do it, but you're doing it anyway. So yeah, I want to look at this message. Right, so the vow says, well, some of the main attributes are the promise, the oath, and the contract. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the sorry, I'm gonna read it. So when the vow is spoken, the air shifts. Karmic ties are formed and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the meanings and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You have been underestimating the power of your promises. I don't necessarily think that part's true, but you know, I thought I'd read it all. I got invested in the message. So definitely you guys made a commitment when you incarnated in this life, when you came to this earth, when you were born, girl, to do this, to heal really, and to heal really those generational wounds. There may be times when you're looking at your life when you're going through a phase of healing and you're like, why am I still dealing with this? Or I don't even feel this way, or I don't even experience that thing, but I feel like there's this intense need there's something that's triggered me, or there's this intense need to heal that thing. And sometimes it's not even your thing to heal. It's like 3 generations ago. But unfortunately, or maybe not that unfortunately, because you did choose to do this. And I think it's more empowering if you think of it that way, even though it can be hard. What was I saying now? Yeah, it's because you're healing such generations from the past that it actually, sometimes it's not even your shit that you're healing. So let's just get some more cards before we conclude the reading. So yeah, just a reiteration of basically everything. So you got the Eight of Cups again and the High Priestess again, which is funny. So your superpower is the ability to see beyond the veil, see beyond what is here. To have that, the High Priestess has that hidden knowledge in a way. Like I said, a lot of people aren't awoken or think of themselves as spiritual even. Some people think, why the hell am I here? Being human or living this experience has no meaning. But you are awoken to the meaning that your life has, or your soul has at least. And I think with the Eight of Cups coming back here again, it's like you're now leaving behind anything that wasn't fulfilling for your family, for yourself. You've gone on the path. I almost see this as the card where it would be like before the Hermit. Like the Hermit goes from this and goes up into the mountains in order to gain spiritual insight and wisdom. So here with the Eight of Pentacles, it is a lot of work. It's hard work. But you're willing to do it. It's something that is a strength of yours. It's something that's within you. It comes from within. And through that, you have the ability to do this. It's not just an idea that you plucked out of thin air. It's something that you feel internally. It's almost like a passion of yours, or an actual skill of yours to be able to heal so well. To be so good at healing. Again, with Temperance, it's almost that idea of rebalancing the scales, of putting things back in order. Redistributing this water here between the cups. Being a part of the earth and the water. So being understanding of emotions, yet also being grounded. Knowing what it is to be spiritual and also to be of the earth. You've brought both of these aspects to yourself and to your family. To this lineage of yours. And the Ace of Cups. Again, a new beginning available to you now and your family now. And one that is full of love. It may have been a lot of emotional wounds that this was something that you had to heal. But now your cup is so full, it overflows and fills everyone else's. And that's not a way to like be like, you know, overgive and all these different things. And you don't even have to be connected to your family to do this. In communication with them. It's almost like you, again, have done so much healing on an energetic level that it has shifted your whole family. Whether you've noticed it or not. So guys, that is the end of this reading. That is everything that I have for you. And also the last video of Hello Tarot Week. Thank you for coming along with me for this journey. New videos coming soon. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye. Hi, those of you who chose this amethyst crystal here, welcome to your reading. So I've already pulled your tarot. Well, we all need it. Apologies for that option number 3. Got a phone call, but we are back. So pulled some oracle cards for you, and I'm just going to show them all straight away actually this time. So we have Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. Can already see the a bit of a theme here. We have the Mother. We have a Moth Spirit, surrender now. We have Full Moon in Sagittarius, look at the bigger picture. And we have soak in the bath. Again, a big theme coming out here. I actually see another word that I want to use here, which is trust. Your superpower is the ability to tap into the feminine energy of trust, and a trust or faith of receiving without doing. Receiving without doing. And I mean, it's not necessarily just a passive thing where you're like, you know, being lazy and you're just chilling and you're just whatever. But it's like you can take, you can accept when it's time to relax, to give yourself I don't know, I'm struggling for words right now. What am I trying to say? Yeah, so despite your restful periods, you still remain, or you trust that you will still remain very abundant. You're still self-sufficient. You still have everything that you require and need to get what you need to be done, or to reach where you need to go, or desire to go even. But you give yourself space for healing, for relaxation, for nesting. Some of you guys actually could be pregnant right now. And maybe you're realizing how little you need to do in order to get a lot, actually. Yeah, definitely some of you guys could be pregnant with the Mother here as well, actually. So similar to, I think it was pile number 1, this is taking me to human design, where a lot of generators are kind of ingrained to feel like they always have to be doing something. And if they're not doing something, they're lazy, or, you know, they're not reaching their full potential. But actually, the trick for generators is to tap into their body and really get into how they feel. The more they nurture their body, whether external or internal, like, you know, eating good food, taking a good bath, the more they nurture those senses of theirs, the more positive things get drawn towards them, the more they benefit. So even here where we have this 8 of Pentacles, which is a card of kind of work, and usually quite hard work, but here you just have in the imagery her smelling this candle. Some of you guys could have Taurus placements, but again, very relaxing. Something that requires work, but actually it's not intense. It's not physically taxing. And there's an acceptance of that. There's a surrender to that. Here where we see this feminine energy with the Empress here. The Empress stays in an energy of receiving. of surrender. She has trust and faith in the universe here to provide her with what it is that she needs. Just as she gives to the universe, she knows that she will be given to as well. And she is open to receiving that. So I want us to take a look at the mother first of all, before we pull some more cards. So here with the mother, we have the Great Mother, the Feminine, and the Source. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beats for the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings, she creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. So I think there at the end, where whilst there is that duality, you guys remain in the energy of someone who is able to give, create, produce, and set free, to look at the bigger picture. For example, say if you are pregnant, you have a child, sometimes mothers like to describe getting the energy of like lack and like, okay, well, I created you, you can't leave the home, you need to live near me. What will I do without this thing that I created, without this thing I birthed, I nurtured? But the bigger picture of that is that I birthed and nurtured this individual, and look at how amazing they've become. Look what they are able to do. Look what they can go off and do now. Look how they can thrive, and look how they're so independent and self-efficient. Look what I created. That joy of that. And I think that's what you guys have the ability to do. That is your superpower, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is very self-efficient, who has what they need to get by, does not lack, does not go without. And they've done that mostly with the Nine of Pentacles. You see them on their own. So this person has done that on their own with the support, you can see this little bird up here, with the support of spirit. This person has created such an abundance with a spiritual support. No one tangibly did this. She still planted all the seeds, but she had trust and faith that they would grow, basically. So let's get some more cards. Let's choose Amethyst here. What is that strength? What is that superpower? Some of you guys might have been drawn to option number 2, I want to say. Clarify that here. Right, so you had all major arcana come out here. So the Hangman, the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Strength card, clarifying that. So just as you had the Empress, this is a very divine, this is a very what am I looking for? A very heightened and aligned energy to be in. Because very little of us can be in that energy of trust and faith, truly be in that energy of trust and faith. So the Hangman here, yes, the ability to see, some of you guys might have Pisces placements as well, but see a different perspective of what is being shown to you. maybe you're I'm trying to think of a scenario. It's like, okay, well, the packet told me that these seeds or this plant was going to take about a month after I plant it to fully bloom, but it's still not really here yet. So do I water it a bit more? Do I not? Or should I just wait it out? And it's like, through your connection with spirit, you can kind of tune in and use your intuition to really make the best decisions that are right for you and your circumstances. And here with the High Priestess card, you have pomegranates, which is the, I think, a fruit of fertility. So again, being able to create, being able to birth purely from your body, from yourself, purely from within, basically. So it's like, okay, so I've checked in with my intuition, I've checked in with spirit on whether or not I should maybe keep watering the plant, or should I change the, like, I don't even know anything about plants. I don't know why I started this scenario, but should I change the soil? Does it need this? Does it need that? Okay, do you know what? I've decided that I'm just going to keep trusting. I'm just going to keep faith. And I know that I did everything right. I know that I followed the instructions of this. So it will plant or it won't plant. And it's almost that trust, that faith, the ability to see the bigger picture that actually allows this abundance to grow. That allows your creations to become so fertile, so full of life. Here with the Hermit card in reverse, it's like sometimes I might need to retreat. Sometimes I might need my time alone in solitude. Okay, but other people might be thinking, well, if I don't text them back right now, they're going to hate me. They're not going to want to be my friend anymore. They're not going to message me again. But you guys have that inner faith, trust, and wisdom to know that actually if this person really cares about me, then they're going to know that sometimes I'm just not in the mood to text. And life isn't actually about just texting people. Like, what did we do back in the 18th century? We didn't text. If I saw you on the street, then I saw you on the street, Like, they know that I still love them. They know that I still care about them. There's no there's no bad blood between us. So they should not think anything other than that. And when I'm ready to expend that energy, it means that the conversation that I do have with this person at that point will be fulfilling for both of us. So you have the patience, the wisdom, and the inner strength to be able to trust when you cannot be at a point of maybe be there even for other people, even if this is like a mental health kind of thing. Like sometimes you suffer from depression or anxiety or something that takes you away from others. You have the strength, trust, and inner knowing that this is not a reflection. People know that this is not a reflection of them, but just something that I need to deal with myself. So what did I want to look at quickly? Number 9. So this one says, there's a time to act and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of brown bear spirit signals that you are best served for foregoing hard work towards your goals at this moment, and instead taking time out to meditate, or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land as you contemplate and imagine what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for dreaming and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. How might you become the person you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Knowing what you will ensure you use Know what you want will ensure you use your energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time. Relax and be calm and peaceful so you can recharge. The call for action will come later. Yeah, 100%. So superpower is knowing when to act and when to take time to rest, when to cocoon, when to nest. And in that time, again, like I said, it's not completely passive. You're still making plans, you're still creating, but maybe you're not doing the physical part of that. Maybe you're just channeling all of these ideas. Even I find around the time where I'm like on my period or before that, at certain points on my menstrual cycle, I don't feel like, I become very internal and I receive a lot of information, I receive a lot of ideas, but I don't have the energy at the time to act on them. So I need to come to a point of surrender, which I feel like you guys know how to do, this kind of balancing act of coming to that point of surrender where you accept that maybe I don't have the energy for this right now, but I'm grateful for all of the communication that I'm receiving. I'm grateful for all the ideas that are brewing right now. And in time, I will have the energy to execute that plan. And it means when that time comes, you can focus 100% and focus your energy in the right way. So guys, that is the end of your reading. If you enjoyed it and it resonated, please give it a thumbs up and a comment down below. It is also the last video of the Hello Tarot series. So I will see you all next year with that Hello Tarot week. But please do stay tuned for other videos coming on this channel because I have a few ideas in the work, much like you guys do. It just takes a little bit of planning, but yeah, I have some couple of videos coming soon. So I will see you all then. Bye. Hi there, option number 4, those of you who chose the green Aventurine crystal here, welcome to your reading. So I've already pulled some tarot cards for you, and let's get into your oracle cards. So first we have the Maiden. You guys have Wasp Spirit, sometimes life stings. You have, actually I'm gonna pull this one. New Moon, a new start is coming. Buffalo Spirits, the abundant universe provides. And Gratitude List. Or write a gratitude list even. Write a gratitude list. Okay, so a little bit similar to, which pile was it now? It might have been option number 1 or 2, so you might have been a little bit drawn to either of those. I can't actually remember which one it was, but you guys have the superpower of being able to start again, to go through transformations and see things from a new perspective. To be open to new beginnings, basically. And like I said, that whether or not you really feel like that, it's like you still manage to keep going despite the low moments that you may hit. You acknowledge that life isn't always gonna be the best, but you're still grateful. You're able to be grateful for where you're at and the things that you've experienced, which in turn allows the universe to bring new positive things towards you. Here with the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, but beginnings that are stable, sturdy, that aren't as imbalanced as maybe a Ace of Wands might be, or an Ace of Cups might be. It's like this time when you start anew, you are in an energy of stability. So you have the 8 of Cups reversed. I might have to clarify that one. But the 7 of Wands, it's like you're willing to put up a fight, basically. You're willing to not listen to maybe what other people have to say. Possibly negative things that they have to say. Because you know that it's new. You know that it's different this time. You know that you've learned something from that experience. You clarify this 8 of Cups reversed. Okay. So 9 of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, I think for a lot of you guys as well, your superpower is the ability to kind of walk this path alone a lot of the time. To have this strength, this reassuredness that everything will work out well, so long as I keep going, and so long as I have the faith, basically, as I know that better things will come. I'm going to have a look at this Maiden card. I don't think I've ever had it before, so. It does say here the Maiden is... Oh, sorry. It says here the Maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The Maiden represents the side of us that is reverted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of a poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. I think you have been bitten by... I was going to say bitten by some fruit. But I think you have been bitten at times. I'm even getting Amethyst. Once bitten, twice as shy. Which I think is a Christmas song, isn't it? Probably. You still catch my eye. Baby, baby, do you recognize me? Do, but it doesn't surprise me. I've been getting very strange message songs, and to be honest, I haven't actually mentioned the other songs to the other pals. I don't know why, but for you guys, that song just came through. So it's funny enough, when I was looking at what I wanted to clarify for this card is usually when it's in reverse, I'm like, you're returning towards something. But I think for you guys, you, even if there is a desire to return to what is familiar, you are able to almost fight against that and really see things from a new perspective. Except that, like it says, sometimes life stings. Accept what has happened in the past and basically keep it pushing, keep on moving. So it says Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude, which is funny because we have a gratitude list here, and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt the mindset of abundance. The tribes you hunted... the tribes you hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you. Trusting that there is always plenty to go around. Sorry about all my mistakes, goodness me. Plenty to go around. Whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it is all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. So yeah, even if you have experienced difficult things, or you've been in an energy or a environment where lack might be quite prevalent, where you don't have much physically, or you haven't been given many of the tools to get where you want to go, you're grateful for the things that you have had. And with that gratitude, your superpower is that with that gratitude, you have been able to move beyond these perceived limitations, I should say. That's what I see here with the Seven of Wands. This is like perceived limitations, whether these are real or these are imaginary. You've been able to fight against these and climb this mountain and get to this level of abundance. Even if it's not a part of your reality right now where you have a lot materially, it's like you have a richness internally from all the experiences that you've had and all you've actually learned from these things. Because some people experience things, but they don't actually learn from them. They just continue to do the same thing again and again. But you guys are different. So, tell me about Superpower. Oh, actually, I'm going to do a different deck. We'll do the vice versa one. Green Aventurine, please. What is their superpower? Those you choose. The Nine of Wands that tried to come out there. Right. So we can see this version or this side of that Knight of Swords where he can actually see the dawn breaking, the break of dawn. Oh my god, that is so funny. No wait, that is really freaky, because just before I said that, when I was shuffling those cards, I was randomly just thinking about Twilight, and I was like, oh my god, I really feel like watching Twilight. And I was like, and then I was going to tell you guys, like, maybe the Twilight messages, maybe you guys need to watch Twilight or something, because why am I randomly thinking about Twilight? But then I just said the break of dawn. So that was really weird. So maybe you guys should go watch the Breaking Dawn even. And then maybe there's a message in there for you guys, or there's a certain strength. Is it in Breaking Dawn? That's number 2, I think, where she keeps on trying to get Edward to come back to her, right? Or something like that. Like she literally like almost commits suicide because she wants, sorry if that's a trigger warning or anything, but because she wants Edward to like get in touch with her or something like that. I might be wrong about that, but I think that is the one. So it's like, you know, going around a really long way, but it's almost like you guys, in a way that you keep on trying until you get what you want almost. That is your superpower, is to keep, you keep going. Because you trust that this thing is for you, or this certain experience, a certain person, something will be yours, or I hope not in a toxic way, but is yours to have. Like whether or not it's like, oh, I thought this person was my soulmate, but actually it's not. It's not like you're like, oh wait, they weren't my soulmate, that means I have no soulmate. It's like, okay, this person wasn't my soulmate, but I still have one out there. Like, I know this for a fact that I have a soulmate out there, so I'm gonna keep looking for them. I'm gonna keep trying until I find that person that just sticks. And you have the strength to do that, because a lot of people don't want to do that. So even in your hardships, even in your really difficult times, periods of life, experiences, you see the positives, basically. You see the dawn. What else have we got here? We've got the Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, which has come out quite a lot in these readings today. And we've got the Hermit. So again, with this Hermit side, we see how tattered his cloak is. We see all the physical expense that this spiritual voyage has had on him. Whereas here we kind of just see like, oh, okay, he's an old man, he's probably been through a lot, like he's probably seen a lot, whoa, that's so cool. But here we're like, oh damn, like no, he probably got mauled by wolves while he was up there in the mountains. Like he really been through it. So it's like, yeah, you guys have been through it, but still, you still have this guiding light. You still have this intuitive knowing within you that there is better to come. Again, you have the knowledge, you have the, which might be hidden to some other people. You have the knowledge that better is to come, or what is to come with you in general. Maybe you just have a really strong intuition. I can see that for you guys. And funny enough, I can remember the name of this, which I think it is a cornucopia. Cornucopia, I think so anyway. The cornucopia, which I think in this deck is a representation of like why can't I think of the word? It's on my tip of my tongue, my teeth lips. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm really getting in a weird energy now. I need to like finish this reading. So I think it's a message of, I want to say vitality, and that is not what I mean. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Right. I'll just read the whole thing. So it says, the inner self, the knave looks towards the sunset which gleams upon the jagged mountains before him. Clouds are gathering, but the scene is still beautiful. The knave's cloak bears a large rose emblem on the back. An empty golden cornucopia lies among the flowers at his feet. This is a person who wants to follow his bliss. He has turned his back on the cornucopia rather than filling it. He doesn't want to settle down and build a fortune. He wants to set forth and seek his fortune wherever the risks. Yeah, it's almost like you guys, there's a repeating message. If you guys are very willing to take risks in order to have a good experience, in order to have a pleasant experience, and in order to have a new beginning, really, in order to receive that abundance, you are willing to take risks. Yeah, so I hope that reading makes sense for you. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place there when you were reading. I don't know if it's just because the last one I was like slowly descending into madness, but that's fine. Thank you all for coming to this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. That is the last video that we have for Hello Tarot week as well. Thank you guys for coming along with the journey. If you didn't watch the other two readings for this year's Hello Tarot week, then those will be linked down below if you are interested. And I have videos coming soon, so I will see you all in my next one. Bye.